Have you ever heard the phrase, keep calm and light it up blue? This is the phrase that you hear commonly known for ASD, which is Autism Spectrum Disorder. Autism has an awareness month in the month of April. On the 2nd of April every year is set aside this particular month to recognize children with autism. In America, it is stated that 1 in 68 children will be affected with the autism spectrum disorder. Now, it is also stated, according to statistics, that the higher rate for autism is found in little boys. 1 in 42 in little boys. Whereas in little girls, autism spectrum disorder is only found a total of 1 in 189. That's a big difference in the amount that is found in little girls to little boys. Autism spectrum disorder is commonly recognized in the ages of 2 and as late as the age of 4. Well, the part of that is, do we really understand what autism is? The Autism Speak organization gives the causes of what causes autism. Researchers suggest that autism develops from a combination of genetic and non-genetic environmental influences. Some of the risks for autism could be, just to name a few, advanced parent age, low deficiency at birth, preemie births, complications during birth with the mother, or multiple births, such as triplets, twins, triplets, and etc. Well, the risk is higher because of the multiple births. Autism can be very pricey to families with children with autistic spectrum disorders. There are financial services that are in place to help families with children that are autistic. Some of the places that you can get assistance with your children with autism would be autismspeak.org, their grant programs, Social Security Disability Insurance, which is SSDI, and a organization called Able Accounts. Financially, things can get expensive with children with autism. Let's talk further about children with autism. Children with autism have to be treated a certain way. This is what autism awareness does. It teaches parents how to cope with their children with autism. I can also share with you that children with autism, if you don't know about the disease, you may feel that they should be treated different. This is what the awareness does, and learning how to deal with children. It teaches you how to deal with a child with autism. During the course of my years, I worked with children that were autistic, but I never really understood how to cope with it until it hit a personal level. My sister had multiple births, a set of twins, whereas the baby girl, she has been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. My sister realized that she was developing a little bit slower than the oldest daughter. So she began to recognize just the signs that she was noticing for delayed development issues. Some of them was she held her hands differently, she walked on her tippy toes, she didn't make eye contact, and she did simple things like it took her longer to be potty trained or hold her bottle. Well, she went and had her diagnosed, and it was stated that she was legally diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Well, my sister learned from different people showing her ways on how to cope with handling my niece. Some of the things you have to watch with children with autism spectrum disorder is that they have what we call sensory overload. Some of the things that causes their sensory overload is considered flight, a meltdown, which is considered flight and fight, which means that it's too much pressure that can hit their nervous system, which causes them to do one of these things. They have a meltdown. Well, she was taught by different doctors and specialists some of the ways to help with these sensory issues is just simple, just a pair of headphones. She found out that just putting a simple pair of headphones on her made it a lot easier to be out in the public. So other things that could help would be calming music or just sitting quietly and talking to them or just rubbing their head. There are many things and different ways that you can handle children with autism spectrum disorder. One thing you should always remember is that children with autism spectrum disorder, autism, they are children uniquely made. They should be loved uniquely and never treated different.